President Trump is very close to making a decision on the Obama-era program, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. You may know it as DACA. It shields minors from getting deported. The White House commenting on it just moments ago. Take a listen.
I just spoke with the president, and we're in the process of finalizing that decision and those details, and we're actually going to make that announcement on Tuesday of next week. The president's been very clear. He loves people, and he wants to make sure that this decision is done correctly.
Well, meanwhile, hundreds of business leaders and top executives signed a letter urging President Trump to keep the program in place. Here now is Hector Barreto. He is former administrator of the Small Business Administration, and Rachel Campos-Duffy, a Fox News contributor. Rachel, Tuesday, there are 10 states that are going to be suing the federal government unless the president takes some action. We assume that's why Tuesday is the date that we heard Sarah say he's going to make a decision on it.
Right.
If they sue, there's a lot of reason to believe they'll be successful against DACA. They're going to sue the federal government, saying it imposes too many costs on the states, that the executive, President Obama, didn't have the right to defer, to give essentially not citizenship, but certain legal rights to these immigrants. So why doesn't the president just let the legal process play out?
He could do that, but if I had a guess, I mean, who knows what he's going to do until Tuesday, I would think he would, because he said, by the way, David, before, he said, I love dreamers, I care about them, I want to be compassionate on this issue. He could grandfather everyone in or extend them until, say, like extend the program till the end of the year. And then he could toss it off to the Congress because immigration issues should have been done through the congressional legislative process, and it wasn't because President Obama jumped over Marco Rubio, who was trying to do that in order to get a political win.
Okay. Well, Hector, nobody likes to see families torn apart, and particularly some of these kids. You understand why the president has a soft spot in his heart for the kids, but at the same time, when parents use their children to jump over other people who are waiting in line to do it legally, there's a lot wrong with that. That goes against our skin, right?
Absolutely. Well, listen, this is, I also think, a manifestation of a very failed immigration policy that doesn't work for anybody, regardless of what political persuasion or what side of the aisle you're on. And we've been talking about this for years. Congress just keeps punting and punting and punting. Look, all that's happening is that another failed executive order from the Obama administration is going to expire. And then, as Rachel said, and I totally agree with her, it's going to be up to Congress. And hopefully, for the first time, some Democrats on the other side can work with Republicans to come up with a solution. You know, a lot of Democrats are going to demagogue this issue, and they're going to complain, but what are they going to do? When are they going to leave?
That's an excellent question. What are they going to do? And the president has outlined, Rachel, a program, a new way of dealing with immigration, one that the Australians and the Canadians are using. Nobody calls the Canadians anti-humanitarian for what they've done, but a merit-based system, assuming that you have a certain set of skills that you come to the country that you can bring here to put to work rather than just to suck from the welfare system.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, you know, the Republicans are, and I think Donald Trump, by the way, is using this DACA issue maybe as a chip to get Democrats on board to come together on this issue. The pathway to solving immigration in this country, David, is securing the border. So if we can secure that border, if he can get some buy-in on that, I think that we'll be able to handle both the DACA kids and also those who are here and haven't committed felons, and we need to deal with what we're going to do about
Hector, can it be a combined effort where you get the DACA situation settled and you move to a merit-based system?
That would be the perfect situation. I think that, you know, both sides are going to have to give a little bit. And so if people on the other side of the aisle, Democrats, care so much about the Dreamers, like we all do, we should all be compassionate to them. They're here through no fault of their own. And they're making contributions. They're students, they're workers. If they really care about it, then they will work with Republicans and finally solve this issue. Look, there's blame on both sides.
I was just
both sides
Rachel, really quickly.
I was just going to say it's the height of hypocrisy for Democrats who created this situation for these children by having an open border policy to now sit back and say that it's the fault of those who have been trying to get the border secured for many years.
Guys, we got a lot of news coming out of Texas. We have to cut it off there. Hector and Rachel, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You got it.